Before you stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are two dark holes in an ornate mask.
Armadia's blessings, child. I have not seen this face in our sanctuary before. Pray, who are you?
The birds are asleep, moons in the sky. They said on Majoras, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your head.
Screams, echoes of death.
Whatever you bring with you, you're welcome to stay, as long as you keep our peace and our secrets. I am Gratiana, priestess of Armadia. It is a privilege to welcome you to her sanctuary from Brachus's vile swamps.
She pauses for a moment before answering.
We must always strive to help those who suffer. For many years I did not understand that simple truth. For many more, I have tried to right the wrongs of my past.
Despite the mask, you can feel her expression harden.
Time is a river, ever slipping by. It does no good to mourn what's gone before, only to appreciate where the current carries us. In this place I can worship the goddess Armadia and help those who come to me for aid. I live a good life. The person that I was is dead. It was not always thus. This swamp was once a rich, lush land before he came, before Brachus. He is no more, thank the goddess. It has been many centuries since he walked Riverlone, although he still casts a shadow over this land. He ruled this realm as a tyrant and beast. He stole its source and left only death. On this island he built and tested his weapons. These marshes were a playground for he and his necromancers. Many unfortunate souls were brought here. Blessed were those who died quickly, or died at all.
Gareth, please come back.
I have been here for many years. It has given me a lot of time to reflect on the past and learn from it. In truth, the torments of Brachus and of these magisters were not so different. Both purged source from this land.
The birds are asleep.
Indeed, the magisters have even taken Brachus's worst tools. First, the purging ones, and now those shriekers. Without something more powerful than these sticks the Seekers are armed with, those crucified monstrosities will kill them to a man.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Twice today I've heard those words. Their leader, Gareth, insisted that he could lead them out of this place. I told him of Brachus's cache of soul-forged weapons, arms not even the Shriekers could stand against. He ventured out to find them, but has not returned. I fear for these souls, if he has come to any harm in the marsh. Without the wands he seeks, not one will escape this island.
Bonnie Barn, now don't we cry. The birds are asleep.
We set off north, to the ruins of Brachus's source armory, but there is no way to know what he found there, even if he survived the swamps. Walk ever in Armadia's grace, child.
Screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Martha's axe looks serviceable.
A grim-faced man sifts through a pile of badly damaged weapons, salvaging the repairable, ditching the broken. He picks up a rapier, the blade nicked and splintered, the hilt twisted. He holds the damaged blade up to the light.
This was Halon's blade. It was his first. It was also his last. He didn't intend to die here, but die here he did. He was an ordinary soul with an extraordinary heart, Halon, and he died for what he believed. What did Halon believe in? He believed in truth. He believed in hope. He believed that Alexander is a killer of Godwoken. I believe that on one point at least, he was right.
The point breaks away, leaving a jagged edge. The sword is shorter now, but it'll do more damage.
Who are you?
He realizes, to his surprise, that he holds the weapon in his hand, ready for battle. He smiles to himself, tucks the weapon away, and gets back to work. He works fast, checking weapons to see if they're battle-ready. He thumbs the edge of a blade. It draws blood. He grins.
The blade is thirsty. Now what can I do you for? Nice doing business with you. I wish I had better wares to offer. Junk. Most of this is scrap. If I had a forge, I could do something. Maybe. Martha's axe looks serviceable.
Please, Armada, bless and protect your humble servant.
The birds are asleep.
The pig is engulfed in flames, but her skin remains unsinged.
Does it matter? I beg you, help! You aren't sure? How do I know it won't be worse than the torment? How do I know you know anything at all? Okay, but I don't think... Yes, I have endured for this long. I can endure longer. But please, please ease this burden. It is the doing of Brachus Rex. Kings will always come to see themselves as gods. I should never have spoken ill of him. Many years ago, we dared warn of Brachus Rex's gluttonous cruelties. We paid the price with these porcine bodies, and the praise means nothing. I would reject it if it meant a chance to turn back the clock and worship Brachus Rex as he demanded. But bring it to an end. I will trust you in this. Please.
I can't bear the burning any longer. Please.
ECOS.
I'm ready! love you. I'm not even sure we've met. feel uneasy here.
Your gaze wanders over the solemn stone face that overlooks the shore. For the briefest of moments, it seems as if its eyes come alive and lock with yours. The eyes, stone grey, turn pale green. They mesmerize, then enchain, then lure you in.
That shrine seems to have brought me here. What is this place? Where are we?
No leaves, no trees, no soil. This is horrific!
A dwarf you've never met stands within this otherworldly plane, and a voice you've never heard echoes in your mind. Marcus Miles, it intones, and you grasp your own head in familiar terror. You are lost in memory, treading upon the Isles of Mist's wispy sands once more. You sense something amid the fog, and it is behind you, but you whip your head backwards to see only grey. And now it is above you, but your eyes find only nothingness, the closest to void you have ever come.
Marcus!
You shake yourself from your sudden nightmare to find the unfamiliar dwarf still standing there. His face betrays both empathy and impatience with your mental flight to the recent past.
You deserved better from your queen. So did the kingdom. Ho! Such generosity of spirit, such courage and conviction. It seems I have chosen well.
He motions to the scene below, where several figures engage in seemingly endless battle.
You've come to the Hall of Echoes. You've come to the realm of the gods. The same you see at war below.
In that moment, the spirit's identity is as clear as the North Star on a winter night. This is Duna, the god of all dwarves. He nods in return.
It is no secret that ours are a fallen people. The blame rests squarely on my shoulders. I have made mistakes. Logic holds that if the head is troubled, the body will suffer. But I have a solution. You. You are my Godwoken, my replacement. You've been set on the path to divinity. You've awoken to this destiny, if you will. And you must see it done if the Dwarven Kingdom is to survive and thrive. You will be my champion, and given all you have already endured and sacrificed, I can think of none finer. You will be the one to protect our people. Let me show you.
A tremendous power enters your body all at once, as though you dropped yourself suddenly into a pool of water. You are soaked through with energy, with light.
You may have noticed I have tried to help you on your journey. I blessed the water beneath your feet so that it would aid you. Now you have that power for yourself. And this is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them. This is why I have chosen you. This is why I would not see the beast crushed by a kraken and swallowed by a tainted sea. Only you and others like you can wield this great power. Now the choice is yours. Will you use your new potential to raise dwarvenkind to its deserved heights? Or will you squander it for your own selfish needs? Many of your kind have been felled of late. I fear you may be our last hope. I would not see you lost to me. In time, I will ask more of you. But now your goal is simple. Leave this realm, and abandon any who would put their petty needs above your mightier goals. You are battling for the greatest of goods beyond even dwarven freedom. Dwarven dominance. When facing peril, your survival matters above all else, even if it comes at your crew's expense. Should you die, the kingdom dies with you.
Duna smiles slightly.
There is still much to say. Too much. For now, listen closely to what I say. You know full well I am not the only god. You have seen the great war being waged among us. Do not believe for a moment they are not seeking their own champions. But competition is inevitable, Marcus. Failure is not. We are strong. We must rise. You must lead us. You will either be my champion or a sacrificial lamb burned at another lord's altar.
His eyes blaze with fury.
Choose me, or you cast us, the kingdom, and all that is, into the eternal void.
Blessed branches, we've returned. Every second we spent in that hellish place was a second the great acorn drew closer. Interesting. You thought it was interesting, Quercus. Do you know what's interesting? Watching an entire world be strangled by the roots of doom, seeing the giant races fall like leaves in frost, hearing the screams of... I don't know what you're talking about. I am perfectly calm. Anyway, as interesting as that cold hellscape might have been, it does not solve our problem. We are here to stop the great acorn, not hide from it. It's already helping more than it knows, Gorgas. The fate of the world depends on our ability to research a spell to protect Rivellon. We need to travel across the land, gathering clues, experimenting with different magics, and come up with a spell to shield Rivellon from its doom. Of course, for us to do that, we must avoid being eaten by the servants of the great acorn. And that is where our big, foolhardy shield comes in. Ah! Quercus! Quercus! It thinks it can use magic at our level. I don't know if that's adorable or just sad. No! I am not going to share our magic with it. I don't care how much you like it, Quercus. Very well, I cannot give it magic, but I can teach it how to forge one spell, if it will keep you happy. One!
The squirrel reaches out, touching your foot with a delicate paw, and you feel your mind open. You can see the forces of magic and see how to combine them in a new way.
There, maybe now your pet will have a fighting chance. Yes, yes, you're welcome. But can we please get on and save the world now?
Your eyes brim with inquiry, so ask. You don't say.
I too had the pleasure. Of course, when I say pleasure, I mean the distinct dishonor. What always happens? I'd rather not talk about it.
She hesitates, but you can tell she wants to speak.
The thing is, Tyrsendilius, the old father, the Golden Leaf, he wants me to become the next divine.
Her eyes fix on some unseen thing of darkness.
Beware of gods bearing gifts. Divinity. And yet, he treated me like a slave. His was an exercise in power, brutal, like all true power is. His was a lesson, meant to discipline, not to edify. Why would I obey such a god? Like I said, beware of gods bearing gifts. But I do appreciate the sentiment.
I must say, I was hoping to enjoy a smug advantage over everyone else. Lacking skin may make me a target. However, they are infuriating when they get in one's skull. I can barely hear myself think. Indeed, so I gathered from your earlier prattling. I also met someone. Oh no, she was a god, by your standards. When I wore flesh, I knew her as the Lady Armadia. She was one of the 7 lords that served our king. Oh no, they're quite gone. The 7 seem to be all that remains, and they... well, I'm not sure what they are. Not quite gods, but not quite eternals. No, they are something else entirely. Naturally, they acted as any lords would. They bowed to their king and sneered at their lessers. And there was an awful lot of sneering, even back then. One can only imagine how much there is now. Oh, what do you want from me? I'm not here to gossip and titter about my lords. If you wish to know what they were like, you need only to look at yourselves. Each of the races were crafted not just in the image of their gods, but in their temperament too. Vrogir was large and strong as his orcs. Zantezza quick and witty as an imp. And Rallic prone to bouts of fighting and boasting, much like every human I've ever encountered. You were crafted as an act of ego, but one can hardly hold that against the creatures. In truth, the lords never troubled themselves with too much imagination. Yes, well, if you are quite finished wasting my time, I believe we have some business to get on with. What would I do? Oh, dear heart, it is not a question of would. It is a question of what will I do. It is only fitting, after all. You worshipped the Eternals as gods. Why not follow one as divine? The Lady Armadia has laid out the plight of the world and begged me to help fix it. It is a grave responsibility, but one that I gladly accept. Yes, and how is that working out, I wonder? Perhaps if your precious Lucian had been a little less mortal, you would still have a divine, and the Voidwoken would not be trying to chew on my bones. Honestly, you turn your back for just a few millennia, and the world goes to stink.
Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation. Indeed. Duna, if I'm not mistaken. Always was rather the slow sibling in the Pantheon, wasn't he? Quite so. I suppose you too met with somewhat of a disappointment. For we do have to wonder, can a god be called a god still if they have to plead with another to assume the powers they seem to have lost? Of course I did. Only I'm not foolish enough to let it buy my loyalty.
The Red Prince takes on a reserved air, and you've the feeling he'd blush if such a thing could be noticed.
Secret of my soul, I said. What poppycock. Doesn't sound like me at all, not in the slightest. So drop it.
Your gaze wanders over the solemn stone face that...
Who's there? I can hear you. Captain, is that you? Captain, is that you? Where is everybody? Captain, is that you? Where is everybody?
A young magister tenderly fingers two fresh gashes across his eyes and face. His fingertips hesitate over his closed eyelids. He's been blinded. At your approach, he spins to face you and readies his shield.
Stop! Stop! Who goes there? Escaped. Hold still. I need to apprehend you.
He sidles blindly beside the cart, groping his way toward you.
I can't let you go. It's my job. It's why I'm here. Don't you understand? You're so dangerous. It isn't your fault, but you are. If you leave this place, you could bring a void woken on your head at any time.
He continues to grope toward you, his sword clenched tightly in his hand. He opens his eyes a fraction of an inch and winces, stumbling over a rock stuck in the mud.
No! No! Don't try anything. Do you hear?
He clings tightly to your forearm, getting his bearings on the marshy ground.
How bad is it?
He stands there for a moment, very still, holding on to you. His grip on you tightens before he lets go and stands at his full height.
Look! I have a job here. I need to guard this cart, and more than that, I need to protect people. You and the people out there, I can't let you leave.
He pulls a pair of shackles out of his bag and holds them out, open toward you.
Nothing. Understand? Stay away! Please, don't make this any harder. You're dangerous. I need to keep you safe. I need to keep everyone else safe. Have you seen a void woken? Have you? They come in the night. They come by morning. They kill everyone. I've seen it. I won't let it happen again. Hold still. Please, please. Oh, come here.
You are an abomination. A crucified figure blazing with sauce. You hear screams, and then the scent of charred flesh.
This again.